CinePals.
What's going on, everyone? I'm Jabby Kaway, joined by Andrew Flash Gordon.
It's showtime.
We got the Beetlejuice official teaser trailer that's here in front of us. I haven't watched the original Beetlejuice in some time, but I feel like I remember it pretty well. It was one of my favorite movies as a kid, and you just recently rewatched it.
For the 1,000th time, yes.
For the 1,000th. Wow, that's a record. I feel like it belongs in Guinness.
I've counted every single time.
Okay, let's get into this. Here we go.
Hey.
Wow.
The bridge.
We're right back.
Yep. Oh no.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Wow, they brought this whole thing back to life.
Nostalgia right now.
Wild. Yo. This is so cool.
And I love the song choice.
She's aged very well.
Oh no. Hey!
The juice is loose.
Wow!
He still looks great in the makeup.
That's crazy.
Oh, no, I want more.
I looked up earlier today the original trailer for the
first one. I just watched that one too.
From the Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that one. Let's just check it out just for comparison. I was wondering if they were going to have Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin, but we can't have Alec Baldwin, obviously.
Right. Jeffrey Jones can't be in this either. That's Charles Dietz. That's Lydia's father.
From the director of Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah.
Wow, that's how they sold him.
Are ghosts.
Well, that was his only movie.
No, I know. It's just interesting
Their house
to contextualize
being
it.
haunted by the living,
Maybe the house could use a little remodeling.
and they can't scare them into leaving.
They're dead. It's a little late to be neurotic.
So they're calling on Beetlejuice, who's no ordinary ghost.
You don't want his help.
Can you be scary? What do you think of this?
You know, it's pretty crazy to think how similar he looks, even though it's been like 30 years.
36 years.
I mean, obviously he's younger here, right? But it still looks really good. And so does
Has just begun.
Winona Ryder. Like, if you at a glance, you would have thought that was just like a still frame from the first movie when she walked in and saw Beetlejuice. Yeah, all this brings back so many memories. I hope the effects look just like that
Definitely
again.
giving away a little more of the storyline in this trailer than what we got in our trailer here for this teaser.
I noticed in the title card of Beetlejuice, it had this frame rate that looked kind of like the teeth on the floor. So
Micheal Keaton is Beetlejuice.
I'm the ghost with the most, babe.
they might be aiming for that kind of effects again. I don't know. Like, let me see. It's directed by Tim Burton.
Yeah, and then we got Alfred Gough and Miles Miller. Those are the creators and writers of the first 7 seasons of Smallville.
Check this out. Watch how the titles look. Almost like an anime frame rate where
Yeah.
it's not perfectly smooth.
Well, Tim Burton did say for this film, he's going back to his old school ways. This film's going to deal with a lot of practical and stop motion, like what he did in '88, which I love. I mean, I want it to feel like that first film. So,
Well, do tell
not gonna
more,
rely on
Andrew
CG.
Flash Gordon. Do tell more. What else?
That's. I mean, I don't have.
Is that the extent of your knowledge?
That's the extent of all my knowledge. No, but I mean, I'm glad, like, because that film is very nostalgic for me, and obviously there was a lot of stuff in this trailer that made me feel nostalgic. I mean, you had the school at the beginning that we know that
Yeah.
Lydia goes to, and then obviously you had the bridge that Adam and Barbara, they almost hit the dog, and then they go off the bridge. Obviously, the shot of him coming up through the model. That's obviously the shot after Lydia says Beetlejuice 3 times to save Adam and Barbara from, when Otho does the thing.
Did he shoot this on film or digital? I know most people don't care about that, but that's something I think about.
Like I said, I'm a diehard fan of Smallville. I love what Alfred Gough and Miles Miller. I'm sorry if I mispronounced him. I love what they did with that show. They work with Tim Burton on Wednesday, so clearly there's a rapport there. I'm very anxious to see the story that they nailed because they've been trying to get this storyline down for a long time. I know Kevin Smith tried to do Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian or whatever it was called. They didn't go with that, so...
wow, that sounds like it would have been awful. But Jenna Ortega, I did watch. I mean, I watched, you mentioned A Wednesday.
I did not
Sorry,
see that.
sorry, that's the Indian movie. Wednesday. Yeah, I watched it, and I thought she was actually quite good. And so I like her. I think she's fun. Monica Bellucci is also in here, as well as Willem Dafoe.
Yes.
Who I just watched in Poor Things. And so... And that's the only thing I know him from. Not Spider-Man, not nothing else. Just kidding. Anyway, let's see. Technical specs. Oh, they're going to change aspect ratios in the movie. That's interesting. But it doesn't say if it was shot on film. So all we know is that it's going to do some Wes Anderson type stuff with the aspect ratio.
And another cool fact, because you said you want me to spew some knowledge, this is Tim Burton's first sequel since Batman Returns with Micheal Keaton, who is in this film. There's another fun little fact for you.
It's his first sequel since Batman?
Batman Returns was his last sequel that he directed. This is also his next sequel that he's directing, Tim Burton.
Oh my God, I feel like I need to challenge that. Maybe you're right. And they're both with Micheal Keaton, too.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
Go ahead and challenge it.
Yeah. I'm just like, it just feels like that's
Yeah, Tim Burton does not like doing sequels to his films.
Okay.
The only reason
he almost did a third Batman, just so we're clear.
Yeah.
He was ready to do it.
There's a fun story in that,
Yeah.
by the way, but he does not like doing sequels just in general. So, again, this is his baby, and I'm curious as the storyline they crack down. But what I love that this trailer does, besides capturing that nostalgic feel and obviously getting Micheal Keaton back and everyone else, and Jenna Ortega, rather, which I'm very curious what her character's storyline is going to be, because I'm already getting kind of even though they didn't really spell it out, maybe the Lydia feel from the first film. But this teaser does what it's supposed to do: get you excited without telling you anything.
Yeah, we have the whole town here. And then right away, like you mentioned, we have the school. Was the school shown near the beginning of the movie?
I believe it was at the end. That's the school that Lydia goes to.
So that's what I remember that more from the end of the movie. The bridge.
They might have driven by it at the beginning, but the bridge, that's the bridge.
Even though I know it's like we can't, I do feel like I miss Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis.
I'm going to be curious if they explain what the situation is with that, because they specifically said in the first movie that ghosts survive, they can last 125 years in that house, or, so I'm going to be curious what the storyline is with that, that they're not in this.
They probably won't explain too much, but the person who's being buried is her husband, right? That would be the idea
you
here.
You mean Charles Dietz?
Yeah.
Either that or it would be Lydia's husband, one of the two, yeah. I could see either.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. It could be either one.
Yeah, but that would make sense, too, to not have him in the story. And obviously, the actor who played Otho, you remember Otho?
Yeah.
He passed away a long time ago, so that's not who they're burying, but I'm just saying his absence is definitely going to be felt in the film as well.
Or maybe it's Val Kilmer.
Right.
Sorry, that's a giveaway if you haven't seen Top Gun yet. So anyway, the stairway. Someone went in with a fine-tooth comb and was like, "Yo, okay." They're like checking photos and set photos and film photos, like from the movie, and like we get I'm almost willing to bet like the shelf looks exactly how it looked in the first movie.
I'm sure Tim Burton was like with that fine-tooth comb and was like, "Yes, I approve of all of this. This is just how I remember it."
Yeah. Anyways, you guys, thanks so much for hanging.
Excited.
Hopefully, you enjoyed this trailer as much as we did. That's it for now. I'm Jabby Kawai. This is
Andrew Flash Gordon.
Peace out.